Hello, this is Julian Strauss with Sanatio Strauss and CannabisOils.ca. I am heading off to what will soon be our closed shop in Whitewood, and this is just a quick update on what we're doing, or what I'm doing with my company and my partners. So right now, we are obviously, as everyone's aware, going through some monumental changes in the medical cannabis industry in Canada. And those changes include a fascist relocation of resources and regulation to the medical cannabis industry to take medical cannabis and the medical properties of cannabinoids away from patients, away from caregivers, and given directly to the pharmaceutical industries and big agriculture and anybody who can afford to lobby. Now, this isn't really a surprise. We did not, as a community, stand up and demand to be heard. I believe we will now. So what we're doing, or what I'm doing, come April 1st, we will be closed down. Our facilities will be empty. Our stores, our shelves will be empty, and we will be unable to provide medical cannabis products to patients for approximately 5 weeks. You can always call us, and we can either find and facilitate what you need through our partners in British Columbia, who are not dealing with any closures because their government and their police forces have stated they will not comply. And in the meantime, we're going to be relocating our facilities, relocating our growing, relocating our manufacturing, everything to Uruguay, with some partners in Uruguay, in Montevideo. Which is exciting, which means in the not too distant future, we're going to have all kinds of options available to patients. We're going to be working with universities, we're going to be working with labs, and we're going to be creating products that are accurate to a infinitesimal decimal point, right? Accurate and with proven efficacy, which is very exciting. Now, to make this move happen, to create this ability for patients and caregivers to self-determine their own destinies and what they put in their body, to remove or to go through or to begin the process to remove the endless regulatory hardships that they're going to have to go through. I mean, that's putting it very mildly. If you're on a fixed income, you will not have access to cannabis products other than dead, devoid of nutrient, devoid of living organisms, basically inorganic, decarboxylated garbage. So with all of the regulation that's coming up, and with all of the changes in the program, we have literally taken what was almost a free market system and turned it into a fascist, central planned, regulatory captured for the people who can afford to lobby, with zero rights for self-determination and personal choice for the patient or the consumer. Now, as we move forward in Uruguay, we are going to need matching funds. So we have an Indiegogo campaign looking to match my funds that I'm putting into my business to number one, to facilitate the move to Montevideo, to put together a charter challenge. Now, one of the realities we're facing is that John Conroy did a fantastic charter challenge, but it was lacking, to say the least, in what was possible, in the options he had. He's really leaning towards financial unviability. Nothing to do with charter rights, nothing to do with our maintaining inalienable rights and our Bill of Rights, nothing to do with our Constitution. So what he's basically claimed, which is true, is that 70% of the patients can't afford the product under the new guidelines. Absolutely correct. Now, the government's response to that is going to be very simple. It's going to be rebutted with theft, coercion, and higher taxes. And what the Harper government and the Conservative government's going to say is, because we have 3,500 plus patents pending on cannabis, in a very short matter of time, pharmaceutical industries will have a vast array, cornucopia of dead, medicinally bio-unavailable garbage product that won't work. Cannabis, much like all, wonderful ecosystems on planet Earth, is a very symbiotic plant. So of the 200 plus cannabinoids in a plant, in the cannabis sativa and indica plant, the vast majority of them work standing on the shoulder of giants. They work with other cannabinoids to perform their function. A dead, lab-designed, lab-built, slightly changed compound is not going to be as bioavailable, is not going to have all the other compounds around it that it needs, the necessity that it needs to perform its function and to break the blood-brain and to break into the analgesic areas of the spine. It's not going to be able to do any of these things, but that's going to be the fundamentals, the framework in which the Conservative government is going to fight the charter challenge put forward by John Conroy. We can do better. We have a law firm, Richmond and Nychuk in Regina, that has been on the back burner putting together a charter challenge for years. We would like to, we have, and we would like to further retain and pay for a constitutional Bill of Rights and charter challenge to go forward with Ms. Fox at Richmond Nychuk. We would, so we're assuming that it's going to be maybe a $40,000 challenge before it's all said and done, and I've got no problem with coming up with a third of that myself out of pocket. And it's going to deplete our resources for moving substantially, but we'll still make it. We also need a second independent litigator, a second lawyer retained, so that any patients in Saskatchewan or Manitoba that have been victims of this new arbitrary and criminal, I know no other words to state it, when Parliament, or when our members of Parliament, or our institutions of government pass laws that are in direct contradiction with our Bill of Rights and our Constitution and our Charter, they are illegal. They have no force or effect. So we need to stand up to that.